Hi there, my name's Dakota with Northern Knives. I'm the trash admin that puts together this mess, and we're here to talk about the new TR-5 from ProTech. Is it larger than the TR-4? No. Is it larger than the TR-3? No. It's smaller for some reason in between two other differentially sized knives. Join us after the knife drop, and we'll investigate this mystery. Does that work for you?
It's great.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was great.
I feel like we need to change the intro music to fucking Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna see if I can find that.
And just make sure,
Oh my
make
God.
sure we don't get sued.
Or the Law and Order. Bum bum.
We'll definitely get sued after that. You're gonna fucking put your sunglasses on. Yeah.
That's two different shows.
I don't know the difference.
All right, so TR-5, right?
Yes, right.
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm the straight man in this, and so we've got, well, the straight man's the guy who doesn't know anything or doesn't have any emotions. So I'm both. So we've got the
You're the Michael Bluth of our little
Yes.
group here.
so we got the TR-5.
Not Job.
Oh, God. I blew myself.
So we have the TR-5. Mike, you were just explaining like the original naming nomenclature here.
Okay, as
Can you
far
explain
as I understand it now, as far as I understand it, tactical response 3-inch blade, tactical response 4-inch blade. So that would make this the tactical response 5-inch blade, which obviously it didn't fall in line with that. So apparently that naming.
Convention fell to the wayside.
Yeah, thanks for that. 'Cause I just
Is that
drew a blank.
is that 2.5 inch?
No, it's probably 3-ish, but I don't know who's counting. It doesn't matter really. I mean, if I could put together a thought. Apparently, the method for naming them isn't something they use anymore. So I mean, what does it really matter what the names mean anymore?
And I'm seeing, is the TR-5 going to be exclusively S35, or is it going to be back to their old trusty 154?
Well, as far as I know, it's going to stay S35.
Yeah, I
but
think so.
now,
Really?
now that they've been introducing the 20 CV, I would hope to start to see that creep into a lot of their
That
models.
would be amazing.
Because
Yeah.
like a TR3. I do like their heat treat on D2. ProTech has a fantastic heat treat on their D2. But in 20 CV, I think this would be damn near perfect automatic daily carry.
Yeah, that would be a killer.
I mean, from personal experience, I've had 20 CV, and I've had D2. I've also had S30V, and out of all of them, I hate to say it, D2 has had the best edge retention of all the knives I've had. And you see what I do with knives.
Yeah, well, D2
And
is
that's pretty fucking brutal what I do to knives.
D2 is on the top 10 list of edge retention. It's the only other high carbon steel on the top 10 list of edge retention aside from M4, and it rusts a lot less than M4, which is why we use a variant of it, not made by Crucible. We use K110, which is the same. It's the same recipe, but it's made by Bowler. And we use that specifically because we didn't want to use M4 because of its penchant for rusting. And it is still quite expensive despite being quite an old steel. It's it would be on par with sales-wise, price-wise, it would be on par with M30 and M390 knives or 20 CV knives. Is why we don't use M4.
I feel like D2's become the knife industry. I don't know what to do. Go with the classics. Let's use D2.
Well, and it's still, like I said, like if you look at the top 10 list of edge retention, there's only 2 high carbon steels on there. And so what else are you going to pick? You know, I mean, you could probably try something like D7, but good luck getting it on a regular basis, and there's no name recognition for it. So you're fighting an uphill battle trying to convince people that it's great.
Oh, you could just give it some weird naming nomenclature and call it like Nitro or something like that.
yeah, but then but like I said, but then still you're getting no recognition from existing people who know knives.
Yeah.
So maybe we should get back to
Back to
actual
the
topic.
knives.
Okay.
So ProTech recently came out with the TR-5, which is smaller than the TR-3 and the TR-4, which doesn't track with their naming nomenclature. But it looks...
You should use nomenclature again. In
Nomenclature?
There we go.
Yeah,
Cool.
like
Use it in a sentence. All right. I really, really like this design. I really do. And when the TR-4 came out, I liked it a lot. The only thing I didn't like about it is it is a big knife. It's a bit much in the pocket. You know what I mean? It's like Benchmade Optimus, or you know, it's just a big ass knife.
I'd take the TR-4 all day, personally, over the 5. I like
Really?
The size. I like the size.
You
It's
like
big,
the
but I
size?
dig it. Yeah, I like it.
Wouldn't you like the true TR-5 though?
Maybe that might be bordering on a little bit.
Well, and actually the TR-4 is big enough that the choil is functional,
Yeah.
whereas in the TR-5, it kind of is. If you got
Yeah.
if you got some little dainty stuff you got to do, but this you can kind of really wrap a hold of. But
Feels like a good way to cut yourself.
yeah, but I think the TR-5 is a great move, scaling this down because I'm
definitely gonna be more popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume the only reason they did this is because this probably sells fantastically. I mean, I know just from having it in the shop that it sells very well. It possibly even outsells the TR-3 in our shop. And so the TR-5 would be like the next logical step for that.
I mean, the TR-4 and the TR-5, I really like that they have it anodized black on the back here. And then you flip it, and it's all polished on the side.
Oh, yeah,
which is pretty
it's got
cool.
a high side polish, yeah.
I always thought that was really cool.
It's a nice little touch.
It is a nice touch.
Yeah.
And I do like that they went to a low-rise clip
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to the traditional 3-hole, which I wonder if they'll start moving this over. If they'll move those clips over to other models and or move that 20 CV from the Malibu, if they start moving that steel into some of their other models, I think that would be a nice run. That'd be a nice idea for them, especially with how much the Malibu has taken off.
Oh yeah, it would be a good move for sure.
I mean, overall, it's just more of the same. It's a little bit of different scaling with a little bit different steel to kind of keep up with the times. Overall, I
would
don't have
as-
an opinion.
I would assume that this would appeal to a larger audience
Yeah.
than the
Oh,
TR-4 just
absolutely.
because of the size.
Absolutely.
Don't you want the biggest knife you can carry, though?
Used to. That's why I used to have a ZT. You know, I had the 300 chassis. You know, the 300, the 301, the 303, whatever. I mean, I had almost every single one of them. And the first time I bought it is because I was in the shop and I needed a new knife, and I was like, what's the biggest folder we have in the shop? It's like the ZT300. I'll take that.
There it is.
So there was a time then, yeah, that would appeal to me, but anymore, I don't have anything to prove, really. So I just kind of now I buy I buy cars based on engines and transmissions, and then whatever's wrapped around them is a bonus. And I buy knives kind of the same way. I buy the steel and the functionality, and then the design is kind of a added bonus to that.
Overall with ProTech, I've always been a fan of their understated design. It's all ergonomics. Nothing is necessarily a stylistic choice. It's more of a functionality choice for the most part.
I kind of agree with
And-
that. The only exception I would take to that is with the TR-5 and retaining that large choil, in the TR-4. The TR-5 it becomes non-functional, but it's still there for some reason.
It
So you
is
could
kinda
get
weird.
you could get a little bit more cutting edge out of it.
Do you feel like they
Although-
just took the vector file, cut, paste, resize?
No, actually here I'm just realizing exactly what I said was bullshit. The reason that's cut out is because it has to clear the button mechanism when it
yep.
folds.
There you go.
That's why. So it's there as a function, not as a stylistic decision. So disregard everything I just said. For the most part, all the time.
On that bombshell, do we give it a thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Thumbs
up,
up?
Thumbs
totally.
up.
Yeah,
Yep.
I totally own one for sure. I think I just love ProTech as a company in general, and I've always liked that design. And now that it's a little more pocket friendly, and the low rise clip, I'm all about it. I think it's a great knife.
That is a huge upgrade, I will say that.